Hi guys, in this episode of Shri series, we're going to be talking about solving complex index law questions, alright? Now, if you've been looking at my previous videos, you've seen the different index laws that we've talked about. When you're looking at complex questions, what happens is you may be given a situation where you've got to apply 3 or 4 index laws in one question. All right, and a good student is someone who's able to quickly identify what rule or law applies to this context and then be able to solve the question in a much more simplified manner. All right, so if you look at this first question here, you've got 2ab, the whole thing bracket squared, times 2a squared b, the whole expression in brackets to the power 3, over 4ab squared times 4a to the power 7 b to the power 3. All right, so what I normally do is whenever I see a question where I've got brackets, the first thing I need to do is I simplify what's in my bracket. All right, so if you look at this question carefully, you will see that I need to simplify ab squared. All right, so that now becomes 2a squared b squared times, if you see here, 2a squared b, the whole thing cubed, that's the same as 2 to the power 3, which is 8. A squared to the power 3 is a to the power 6, and b to the power 3, over 4a squared b times 4a to the power 7 b to the power 3. Now, what I can do is I can go 4 times 4, which is 16, and a to the power 1 times a to the power 7 is a to the power 8. B to the power 2 times b to the power 3 is b to the power 5. All right, so what I've done is I've simply multiplied the powers. All right, I've multiplied the numbers. Just remember the rule: when you get the same power, you just add them. All right, the next thing I need to do here is I need to further simplify that. All right, so what I've got there is 2a squared b squared times 8a to the power 6 b to the power 3. So what I need to do now is I go 2 times 8, that's 16. A to the power 2 times a to the power 6 is a to the power 8. B to the power 2 times b to the power 3 is b to the power 5. So what we're doing is we're adding the powers. Divided by 16, a to the power 8 and b to the power 5. In this question here, you can see both your numerator and denominator are the same, and therefore your answer becomes 1. All right, so you can see in this question what we needed to do was we needed to simplify what's in the brackets and then multiply the numbers over your denominator and then see if there's anything that's common there to get to the answer. All right, let's look at another question. Okay, so if you look at this question here, I've got 2m to the power 3 in brackets squared times 6n to the power 5, the whole thing squared, over 3 open brackets mn to the power 4, the whole thing to the power 0, and negative 2n in brackets to the power 3 m to the power 4. So like I worked out in the previous question, we need to find out how we can simplify the numbers in the brackets. So if you see 2m3 squared, that's the same as 4, and m to the power 3 squared is m to the power 6. Okay, and I'm going to multiply 6n to the power 5 squared, so 6 squared becomes 36, and n to the power 5 squared is n to the power 10. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by your denominator values here. Now we know very well the index law where you say n to the power 0 is equal to 1. So if you see mn4 to the power 0, that's equal to 1, and 1 times 3 becomes 3, times negative 2 n to the power 3 is negative 2 to the power 3 is negative 8 n to the power 3 and m to the power 4. So what I've now done is I have simplified it in the sense that I don't need to include the brackets. Okay, now there are two ways I can work through this question. All right, so we'll go through this one. The first method is where I simply multiply the top numbers. All right, so when I multiply the top numbers, 4 times 36 is 144. M to the power 6, n to the power 10. M to the power 6, n to the power 10. Divided by 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. N to the power 3 and m to the power 4. Now what I do therefore is I can simplify that, okay? And that now becomes negative 6 m. So I've got m to the power 6 and m to the power 4. So that's m to the power 2. And n to the power 10 divided by n to the power 3 is n to the power 7. All right. So what I've done is I've simply simplified this equation or this expression by multiplying the respective numerators and dividing it by the respective denominators. 4 times 36 is 144. M to the power 6, n to the power 10 divided by 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. N to the power 3 and m to the power 4. We know very well that 144 divided by 24, all right, is 6. And so what you do is you put negative 6 there, and that's m to the power 2 and n to the power 7. So that's how you work through these complex index law questions. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye now.